Much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing to start the drive. McKee.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Our game here, the first of 3 on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everybody. And remember, you got 2 more after this. We're followed here by the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then tonight, a good one out in the desert, the Bucs and Cards from Glendale.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The Dolphins at 11-3 on the year. They coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Looking to throw. McKee. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Ready. On the ball.
Drive begins with a carry by Davis-Price.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Davis-Price will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action this time with Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Touchdown, Packers! Ty Davis-Price with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Liam Eichenberg, 2nd-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A run with Mostert up the middle. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Isaiah Wynn with a penalty. The former 1st-round pick back in 2018. Back to throw. McKee. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKee throwing the out route incomplete. That's Connor. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, McKee. That'll be caught by Eric Ezukama. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his 1st year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Davis Price hit, and he fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
To throw on second down, McKee.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Davis-Price on 1st and 10.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
11 more on that one and another first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looks looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the...
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise, too.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Love.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
115 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. From the 22, Love drops this underneath for Davis Price. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw now, here's Love. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
second down. Here's Davis Price.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he pushed it right. It's no good.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Jalen Waddle.
36 yards.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is caught inside the 15. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
On 1st and 10, McKee. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They find some open field here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Love looking to throw it. He finds Watson complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Love, they go play action now. And complete once again to Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price. And he is going to lose yardage here. That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins. And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing. Love. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Love now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you? Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Love. He finds Watson. It's caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now Love. They'll set up the screen for Davis Price. Touchdown! Ty Davis Price. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point splits the uprights. And this is back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Off play action. McKee. He finds his man complete. It's Connor.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Throwing on first down. McKee.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Another touch for Davis Price.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Ready up.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Going for it, here's Davis Price.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Third quarter action here on Christmas Day. Hope everyone's having a blessed holiday season. 2nd and 10 right now. Now a give to Mostert running right.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That good for 19 and a first down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Gets this one to Hill.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun on 3rd down, McKee.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 15 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Davis-Price gets this one out of the gun.
And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Finding space at the 40.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Love throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He sets to fire deep and unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Okay, right?
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
He'll take this to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap. And this time, the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew. And maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away. But down late in the 4th quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play. And even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go in the books as a loss of 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going to get. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Davis Price. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Christian Watson from 4 yards out. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a home date next week.